In this quick video, I'm going to go over ex ante and ex post. So ex ante means to look forward and ex post means to look back. Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, so in case law, when something happens and you look back, you're looking back at something that's already happened and can't be changed now. And so what you want to do is fix it so that ex ante, in the future, we look forward to the effects of fixing something that cannot in that moment be fixed. So ex post, something that's already happened, and ex ante, what we're going to do about it in the future. So ex ante is looking forward. The effects of a decision may discourage good. So they have to be careful about how they decide something because they don't want to discourage good things. So one of the examples that Ward Farnsworth uses in his book is there's a police officer, and the police officer says that there's a man running out of a butcher store with a knife, and so she shoots him. But when the investigators investigate the incident, the man she shot didn't have the knife. It was someone else. Someone else had the knife. So she goes to therapy and they say, well, we want to know what she was saying in therapy. So we want to subpoena all her therapy records. Well, that would be a bad thing because in the future, it would discourage police from going to, or other people, anyone involved in a case where there's therapy going on. They don't want to discourage people going to therapy, and they don't want to discourage them being able to talk about situations that have happened to them. So they don't subpoena those kind of records because it does a bigger harm than it does good, because you're talking about harming a lot of people versus harming just the one person who did the bad thing that's involved in the case that they're talking about at that moment. So then ex post is looking back after the fact. Then we're just trying to figure out how do we fix it for the future. So ex ante, looking forward, is dynamic. So it changes. It changes things for the future. They look at the future and the consequences of their case laws to see what the effects of their decision will be upon future behaviors. So the example is subpoenaing records that are records from a therapy session to get to the truth. So sure, you can get to the truth, but in the future, it would discourage other people from going to therapy and talking about a problem, which is a bigger harm than subpoenaing the records of the one person for the truth in that case. Then they have ex post, static. It's done. It can't be changed. You can look back, but you can't change the past. You can only fix the thing that's already happened. So all decisions to fix the past have future consequences. Consequences must not discourage good behavior, and it may not do harm for the many in exchange to bring justice to the one. So the one may not receive what he wants because doing so will harm people of the future in a worse way, more people. So distributive exercise of power is looking back and assigning blame. Okay, and that's all I have on that. So you have ex ante and ex post, and then you have static and dynamic. The past cannot be changed, so it's static, because static things are things that are already done. They don't change in this situation. Dynamic are things that are ever evolving and ever changing, and that's ex ante, that's the past. So when judges look at a situation that has occurred, they're looking at whether or not the justice that they feel they need to administer in that case for fairness will actually be unfair to more people than to just the people involved in the case. So there's a few things I want to talk about in Ward Farnsworth's book, The Legal Analyst. Really good book, easy to read, simply written, lots of examples. So if you want to get that book, I think I got this off Amazon, and it's part of a law course that I'm taking. So it's required reading for me. I'll be going over and talking about some of the main stuff in this book.